All right, so today our goal is to estimate values to rapidly solve problems. Okay, remember when you're estimating, you're getting an approximate answer, it's not a precise answer. And everyone's answer might be a little bit differently depending on how you round something. So if I had 267, some of you might round that to be 300, some of you might round it to be 250. So everyone's answer will be slightly different, but they'll all be similar and close to one another. Definition for estimation is the process of arriving at an approximate answer to a question. Process of arriving at an approximate answer to a question. And the estimation strategy we're going to use most often is rounding. So rounding numbers is considered an estimation method. So again, you can either round to the nearest whole number, the nearest half dollar, or you basically just want to make the numbers clean enough and simple enough that you can do mental math without having to reach for a calculator. So the first question asks us to look at our bill. We bought a bunch of stuff at the store, and we're asked to see if the bill makes sense by using estimation. So we're not reaching for our calculator and adding up all the stuff. We are just seeing, using estimation, rounding, to determine if this makes sense. So we're going to round each of the values and add them together. So for 250 for bread, some of you might make that 259. Some of you might round down to 250. Some of you might round up to $3. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do basically all dollars, I think. So for the 233, I'd round that down to $2. 370, I'll round that up to 4. Now the 53 cents, you might want to round that to 50 because it's really close to 50, but it's up to you. You can mix and match, do half dollars, whole dollars, whatever. And then 99 cents, obviously $1. So 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. So I'm getting 10.50, approximately. It's not really that close to 13.54, so I'm thinking my bill does not make sense. Uh-oh, it's going to crash. Okay, so it does not make sense. We would want to check the bill and actually re-add everything. So for the estimation questions, the only way that you can get it wrong is if you don't estimate. So if you actually type it all in your calculator and give a real answer, that would be wrong because it says use estimation. And then also, please, if you could, show what you rounded each number to so that I know how you rounded, and don't just see a number and not know how you got that. Okay. A carpenter who works full-time earns $28 per hour. Estimate the carpenter's weekly salary. So if they work full-time, how many hours a week are they working? 40, okay? So we're going to take his hourly salary times 40, but let's round that. Let's estimate it to be $30 an hour so it's easier to multiply in our head. So $30 an hour times 40 hours will get me $1,200 per week. And you're trying to pick numbers that are easy to do mentally. Now we're going to estimate the carpenter's annual salary. So using our answer from the last problem, how many weeks are there in a year? 52. So let's approximate 50 weeks. So we'll take our $1,200 per week times approximately 50 weeks. And we should get 12 times 5 is 60, so that'll be 60,000. If you wanted to, you could then actually multiply and see what the actual answer would be and see if you're close, but they just want us estimating, so we're just approximating. We're also using mathematical models, so you may have to estimate using a graph, bar graph, a histogram, a line graph, a circle chart. So the first one back here, I think we have a circle graph or a pie chart. My board would work. Using the data in the circle graph below, if a gallon of gas costs $3.50, estimate the price of the dealer's margin. So first of all, notice that this chart tells us when you buy 1 gallon of gas, this is where all the money is going from that purchase. So it's getting split up into different categories. We're looking at the dealer's margin, which is 12%. So what do you think we should estimate or round that to? 10%. And then how do we find 10% of 350? Whenever you work with percents, what do you have to do first before you multiply? Change it to a decimal. So 10% will be 0.1 as a decimal, and then we'll multiply that by 350. And so all you're going to do is you're going to make this number 1 unit smaller, moving the decimal to the left, so that'll make it 35 cents. So 35 cents of the 350 is going to the dealer's margin that they earn. This is a little bit old data, 1999. Next one we have a bar graph, which is telling us what type of air conditioner we would need to get based on the room size. So if our room size was 1,000 square feet, how many BTUs should our air conditioner be? So we'll go to the room size on this axis and go to the 1,000. So how many BTUs do you think I would need estimated? Approximately between 16,000 and 20,000, what do you think? 18 is what I picked too. Remember, there's not one correct answer, it just needs to be somewhere between those two values, and it looks like it's about in the middle. And then we should put a unit on here, so this would be BTUs. And then example 5 is just literally doing calculations, adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing, but it asks you to estimate. So again, you have the luxury to choose whether you want to round this to be 200 or 250, and whether, obviously that one's going to be 800, but I probably would make it 250 to make it a little bit more accurate. We got 1050. And somebody in my last class was like, oh, I'd round that to 51, but we don't know what 51 divided by 8 is. You could round it to 51 and 10 and then get 5.1, like that would work. One student said, oh, I'd round it down to 48, because 48 is divisible by 8 and then I get 6. Well, that's fine, as long as you're estimating something to make it easier to work with. Some students said I would just make this 50 and I'd make this 10, and I'll get 5. Again, lots of correct answers as long as you are estimating and showing me what you estimated with. Okay, see if you can try the closure. We are using the line graph this time, which is a mathematical model to estimate CNBC's profit in the year 1997. How much money do we think they made in the year 1997? Here? Yes, 130 million. Sweaters. Excellent job. The rest of the time is yours to work on the homework. In the book, you do not need to follow the directions where it'll tell you to estimate, and then it says also to find the actual answer and then compare them. You don't have to do that. Just estimate and get an answer.